2023 may just go down as arguably one of the greatest years in all of professional wrestling history. At the very least for the WWE. The WWE had an absolutely phenomenal year, giving us so many cool moments, so many awesome surprises, and some absolutely mind-bending returns. And with the year about to wrap up, it makes me start to think about what's to come. What is to come in 2024? Because I honestly believe that the WWE may just give us a better 2024 than 2023. So I figured that today I would give you my WWE wish list of what I want to see in 2024 to help make this one of the best years ever in the WWE. Hey, as always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications. If you're a wrestling fan, I know you're going to fall in love with this channel because we upload daily wrestling content and we're going to continue to do so right through 2024. And if you want even more wrestling content, go check out my Patreon, patreon.com/SantiZap. You're going to get even more wrestling content there, like the Wrestling is Cool podcast 3 days early. You're going to get my Raw and SmackDown reviews and more. So just go check it out. It helps me keep the lights on and it lets me do this on a full-time basis. So again, patreon.com/SantiZap. Go check it out to get even more wrestling content. All right, let's jump into things. My first wish has to do with CM Punk, and you're probably thinking, oh, he probably wants CM Punk to win the Royal Rumble. He wants CM Punk to become a world heavyweight champion. He wants him to dethrone Roman Reigns. He wants him to main event WrestleMania. Well, I'm going to make this even simpler. I just want no drama from CM Punk because in 2022 he was suspended and in 2023 he was fired, all both from AEW, and I just want a drama-free year from CM Punk. I just want to be able to smile through the entire year knowing that he's having fun, knowing that everyone backstage is cool with him being there, and I just want to be able to truly enjoy CM Punk's return in the WWE without having to read some deadline that he got into a backstage fight with Tozawa or something. And I'm sure he's gonna win some championships in 2024, but I've seen all of that stuff before. And yeah, it'd be cool if he main evented Mania and if he won the Rumble. But again, I'm just trying to keep things simple, okay? I'm just trying to put this out into the universe. I'm trying to make sure that we get some positivity out of all of this because a happy CM Punk is going to mean happy CM Punk fans, of which I am. So I just want to see the man happy. I just want to see the man not have to be involved in any drama, and I just want to see him do some professional wrestling. Next on my wish list is I would love for the megastar LA Knight, to win a world championship. Now, I have him winning the United States Championship at this year's WrestleMania, but the year is very long. You could easily win the United States Championship in April and win a World Heavyweight Championship later in the year in November or maybe SummerSlam or something like that. But here's the thing, like I would be happy for LA Knight to win a mid-card championship, but the fact of the matter is that this man is so over, so hot. He had a tag team match with Randy Orton on the most recent episode of SmackDown, and he was getting even a bigger reaction than Randy freaking Orton, who'd been gone for a year and a half. That is not normal. That is absolute adoration from a fan base that wants to see him do big things in the WWE, and you have to eventually pull the trigger on that, and I want to see them pull the trigger and be brave and give LA Knight a World Heavyweight Championship or the Universal Championship. Again, I don't know who's going to be champions deeper into 2024. Who knows? I just really believe that he could bear the burden of being a world champion with how popular he is. This type of popularity just comes once in a blue moon, and to see it go to waste, to see them not pull the trigger on a guy like this would be just sad. And the WWE has demonstrated that they are ones to give the fans what they want because it equals money, and money is what TKO wants, and that's a good thing because if they want money, then they're gonna give us the things that generate money, and I think that LA Knight being a world champion is going to generate some money. So I'd love to see it in 2024. I'd love for the WWE to steal one of the young gems from AEW, and I'll take either one, okay? I'll take Ricky Starks or I'll take MJF. Either one would be fantastic. If I had to pick one, though, I would prefer MJF, to be fair. My understanding is that Ricky Starks' contract is up in 2024, and of course, MJF's contract famously runs out at the early portions of 2024 as well, opening it up for both of these guys to maybe be poached by the WWE. I'm a little concerned that MJF has actually already already quietly re-signed with AEW and they just haven't released anything about it. I just have an inkling about that with how involved he still is in storylines going into the new year. It's just weird to have him be that involved knowing that, you know, he might potentially leave, which tells me that he's probably re-signed. But Ricky Starks, you know, he's good buddies with Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is in the WWE. So who knows? Maybe Cody Rhodes is speaking, you know, beautiful things into Ricky Starks' ears, and maybe he comes over to the WWE. I just think that both of these guys would be a nice injection of life into the WWE. Not that it necessarily needs it, but hey, it's always nice to have top tier young talent on your roster, and I would love for both of these guys to add to that incredibly stacked young roster that the WWE already has. Look, I know that this whole video is about WWE, but I wanted to sprinkle in one AEW one, and for me, my AEW wish, my real big wish for AEW is for them to pull the trigger on Swerve Strickland and give him the bloody world title, because he is so good and he is so over. Not only is he one of my favorite in-ring workers, but he's one of my favorite character workers as well. He plays the evil bad guy so well. He actually is such a despicable piece of shit, and that's a rarity in wrestling, and I would love for them to recognize the gem that WWE lost and have him be one of the crowning jewels of AEW. If they don't pull the trigger on Swerve Strickland in 2024, they are absolute maniacs. Look, they teased this in early 2023 when they had a stare down in the Royal Rumble, and we thought that this was going to be a matchup at WrestleMania, but we didn't end up getting it. I think it's time to give us what we want. Give me what I want. And I want Gunther versus Brock Lesnar for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. Look, Gunther has just been going through everyone in the mid-card, going through the likes of Chad Gable and going through Drew McIntyre and Sheamus, The Miz, and every single time he just keeps winning, and every single time he is the favorite to win. In fact, every single time that he's in a match, I'm just wondering how long it's going to take for Gunther to win. I haven't really believed that his championship has been in any sort of danger for a very long time. However, if they were to put him in the ring with Brock Lesnar, I think for the first time we'd be seeing Gunther being the underdog, and I think that would be a really neat tale to tell. When it comes to respecting his opponents, Gunther hasn't been able to find somebody that he truly respects in quite a while, and I think that he'd have to give nothing but respect to Brock Lesnar, and this is a match that I would absolutely adore to see, a match where I'd still want to see Gunther win. And this would, not that it needs elevating, but this match, if Brock Lesnar were to go for the Intercontinental Championship, would skyrocket the value of the Intercontinental Championship, making Gunther's reign that much more prestigious. You probably saw this one coming, but in 2024, I would love for the WWE to make amends and sign Sasha Banks, now going as Mercedes Moné. Look, Sasha Banks is just such an integral part to the growth of women's wrestling in the WWE, and having one of the four horsewomen not being in the WWE to me just feels wrong. I need her back in the WWE so that we can continue to tell this tale. And women's wrestling does sorely miss her. Wrestling is just better when Sasha Banks is around. And in my opinion, I believe that she's truly elevated her stock with her work over in New Japan, so it'd be a nice treat to have her back in the WWE, and she would bring a new aura of superstardom. Not that she wasn't a superstar before, but she just feels extra special these days. Let's go in a different direction. We have WrestleMania in Philadelphia. Why not put in the Dawn of Philadelphia, the creator of ECW? Let's put Paul Heyman into the WWE Hall of Fame. And the WWE has already shown precedent that they are willing to put active members into the Hall of Fame. They did it with Rey Mysterio last year, and Rey Mysterio still going strong and even had a match at that year's WrestleMania shortly after his Hall of Fame induction. And I think that they could do the same with Paul Heyman. And I would assume that the Bloodline storyline has really picked up going into the Hall of Fame season. And if you want to make the Bloodline feel even more special than they already are, why not add add a Hall of Fame wise man to the group. And it's just too perfect of a venue for Paul Heyman to not be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. He's already put in the years to absolutely be eligible for this thing. He, of course, he's a bona fide first ballot Hall of Famer. Like, there's no doubt that Paul Heyman is going to be in the Hall of Fame. So if you know that it's already a slam dunk, why not do it when you're in his backyard? Let's do it while we're in Philadelphia. Let's put Paul Heyman in the 2024 WWE Hall of Fame. This is just sort of fingers crossed. Obviously, this is a significantly more dangerous injury than the one that Randy Orton was dealing with, but seeing Randy Orton be able to come back from what was a near career-ending injury gives me hope that maybe we can finally see Big E after over 2 years of absence in the WWE due to a major neck injury caused by Ridge Holland. It just gives me hope that he can come back this year. And the landscape of the WWE has changed so dramatically. Big E would be returning to basically an entirely different company with so many new faces that he could take on. It would be fantastic. And if he doesn't come back as an in-ring performer, I would love to see him come back as a character in some way, shape, or form. I just really miss Big E, and I think 2024 would be a nice year to have him back. Braun Breaker now feels like that guy that took like 8 years to graduate from high school. Why are you still in NXT? You've done it all. You've feuded with everybody. You've won everything. I don't know why you're still there. And yet the WWE refuses to call up this guy. They call up everyone except Braun Breaker. I think it's time in 2024 to finally graduate, big man. It's time to go to the WWE main roster. It's time for you to spear the living hell out of everybody. Come on. There's nothing left for Braun Breaker to do in NXT. It is about time. I understand Carmelo Hayes staying in NXT for another year. If they want to do that, sure. If they want to end up keeping Ilya Dragunov, I think it'd be a waste, but sure, keep him. But this guy, he's been main roster ready for the past year and a half. It's time for Braun Breaker to make his main roster debut, and I love to see it happen as early as the Royal Rumble. Look, he literally has no existing feud right now in NXT. Nothing. There's nothing keeping him there aside from the WWE wanting to keep him there. There's nothing keeping him there. Just toss him in the Rumble and make the call up official. I would love to see my tribal chief, which, by the way, I'm not sure if you've taken a second of your day to acknowledge your tribal chief. I would love to see Roman Reigns participate more than 13 times this year. For some reason, a lot of people have gotten it in their head that, hey, it's okay if he doesn't show up that much. He's just a special attraction. No, that is called Stockholm Syndrome. You have been forced to believe this lie that it's okay for your champion to not show up. He should be showing up. He is your champion, and he should be appearing more than 13 times in the entire year. Look, I don't think it's much to ask to demand that the champion of the WWE, the face of the company, is, available in the company. It'd be nice. Am I asking for him to work every house show and be there every single week? He could miss a couple here or there, but he shouldn't be missing any PLEs, for God's sake. They're premium live events. People are expecting premium roster members there, and Roman Reigns is a premium roster member. He should absolutely be at far more events in every single PLE in 2024. Do I think that's going to happen? Probably not. But hey, these are wishes after all. I have John Cena here, and you're probably thinking, oh my God, the John Cena nerd wants John Cena to finally become the 17th time. Look, at this point, all I want is a John Cena victory. Dude, it could be against anyone. This man hasn't won a match in forever. I'm not asking for the world here. I'm just asking for one singular one-on-one John Cena victory that I can finally celebrate. Like I said, I just don't care who he's against. I just want to see John Cena not on his back taking a pin. I want to see John Cena celebrating. I want to see John Cena hit an AA. I want to see John Cena standing tall and saluting the crowd. Give me Chelsea Green winning the Money in the Bank briefcase. As a character, Chelsea Green is the perfect character to hold the Money in the Bank briefcase. Is she the best in-ring worker? No, this is purely because of how good her character work is and how good a character like a Chelsea Green would fit the Money in the Bank briefcase. It's just too perfect. On top of that, Chelsea Green has really blossomed throughout the entirety of 2023. To me, she was one of the best performers of the year from a character point of view. And at the end of the day, you can be mid and average in the ring and you can still be over with the crowd and still be getting these big opportunities. Just look at LA Knight. But again, I look at the field of women that could win the Money in the Bank briefcase, and right now, obviously this is a way too early prediction, she just seems like the best candidate available. She could be somebody like a Carmella. Carmella was one of the best Money in the Bank briefcase holders, and I would love to see that type of briefcase holder in somebody like Chelsea Green. Karrion Kross, just use the guy. That's my wish for 2024. Give him a feud that lasts more than 2 weeks. Give him a feud that is good enough to have a match at a PLE. Just use the damn guy. When he returned in 2022, they made it seem like he was going to be one of those guys that was threatening Roman Reigns. And it's just not the case. He's never had a crack at Roman Reigns. He's never really had a crack at anybody because anytime that he gets into a feud, it's over within 2 weeks. The only real feud that he's had was against Drew McIntyre, and that feud was like 2 years ago already. In my opinion, 2024 should be the year where we figure out, is Karrion Kross bad because he isn't being booked correctly or being booked at all? Or is he bad because he's just bad? Right now, I don't know if he sucks because of himself or if he sucks because the WWE makes him out to suck. Just let the guy swim and let him sink if he sinks. I just want to see what Karrion Kross is all about because he's never had an opportunity to do so. So just give me something for Karrion Kross to be able to properly develop an opinion on this guy. Look, I did say that these were wishes, and one of my crazy wishes is for Okada to come to the WWE maybe as early as the Royal Rumble. His contract is running out in New Japan in the early portions of 2024, so it is kind of possible, but you know, a guy can dream. I do fear that they might just like chuck Okada into NXT for a while because maybe the average WWE fan doesn't know or care about Okada enough for him to debut on the main roster. But damn it, I care. I know him. I know that you know him, and I want to see him on Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown. I have a feeling that Bash in Berlin is going to end up being a big show for the WWE. And if you're going to have a big show, let's have a big marquee match and let's make that Gunther versus Ilya Dragunov. I know that this graphic has it being for the World Heavyweight Championship. I don't care if there's a title on the line. It'd be nice if it was the Intercontinental Championship or the World Heavyweight Championship. I just want to see these two have a match on a major stage. If you haven't seen their matches in NXT for the NXT UK Championship, you are a lucky person because now you can go back and watch those 6, 7, 8-star match classics. And one of the things that WWE has really failed to do is when they've done something awesome in NXT, they've traditionally struggled to make that awesome thing happen again on the main roster. But I think that these two could finally deliver awesomeness in both NXT and on the main roster. It's just, I just want to see it, okay? I just want to see one of those amazing 6, 7-star matches on a main roster stage in a big PLE match at Bash in Berlin. But actually, seriously, if you have not seen these two have a match in NXT UK, please pause and go watch it. I mean, over the last couple of weeks, you've been hearing me gush about CM Punk, so why not bring back one of my favorite WWE divas of all time, CM Punk's wife, AJ Lee. You see, AJ Lee left the WWE right before the whole women's evolution, right before the WWE dropped the name diva and started calling it women's wrestling, and it's a shame because AJ Lee was one of the biggest drivers towards evolving women's wrestling into what it is today. So it'd be cool to have AJ Lee, who's, by the way, younger than Charlotte. It'd be cool to have her see what she helped build because she hasn't really been part of it before. My understanding is that she's like pretty well off right now being an actress and also writing a best-selling book. So maybe she doesn't need the money, but still, I don't care. AJ Lee, just please step foot in the WWE one more time. And there's so many dream matches for AJ Lee that I want to see, but to help fuel the whole CM Punk versus Seth Rollins thing, give me AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch. That's money. I want to see Chad Gable win a singles title. I know that this picture has him with the Intercontinental Championship, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that. I would love to see him win the United States Championship as well. I just feel that in 2023, Chad Gable had such a great breakout year, and he demonstrated to the world that he is such a great character worker. He's not just this like awesome wrestling machine. He really is the entire package, and he just needs to be given the opportunity to be the entire package. And with his blossoming in 2023, I think we should pay it off in 2024 with a major championship. I know a lot of people still think that he can be the one to dethrone Gunther. I'm fine with that. But again, there's another singles title there for the taking that I would love for him to go after, the United States Championship. In 2024, I want zero Vince McMahon. And I truly mean zero, because 2023, we did do away with Vince McMahon there towards the end and in the beginning. But there was this lull in the middle where he started getting his hand on things, and people said that he was back as the head of creative as early as the Raw After Mania. And if you remember, that Raw After Mania was like the worst Raw After Mania ever, and WWE kind of struggled in terms of their storytelling there for a couple of months. So I just want zero Vince McMahon. I want a full year of Triple H entirely in charge without the influence of Vince McMahon. And I don't want Vince McMahon tearing up scripts last minute like he did last year. Just zero Vince. That's all. Zero Vince. I know we're all clamoring for it, but split the damn tag team titles, please. Look, the WWE tag team division is becoming more and more stacked, and throughout 2023 they didn't get a chance at the tag titles because the tag titles were held hostage by the main event. They were held hostage by the Bloodline storyline with the Usos. They were held hostage by Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in the main event scene. They were held hostage by Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes in the main event scene, and by Judgment Day in the main event scene. They never got defended properly in the tag team division in all of 2023, and that sucks because it left a lot of teams with nothing to do. And that's got to change this year. It's got to change on Raw, and it's got to change on SmackDown. You got to give the SmackDown team something to vie for, the Raw team something to vie for, and the best way to do that is to just split the damn titles and give each brand their tag titles. You know I'm super over on Chelsea Green, so why not bring her other half in Zack Ryder, aka Matt Cardona? Look, Matt Cardona is absolutely crushing it in the independents, so much so that he's being called the Indie Taker. He's being called the Deathmatch King. Well, honestly, he calls himself those things, but still, he's crushing it, and I want to see that in the WWE. And I would love for him to make a power couple with Chelsea Green, and for them to just be the most annoying, snively heel couple that the WWE has ever seen. I think that they would be fantastic together as, of course, off-screen and on-screen couple. I'm sure he's making good money in the indies, but I feel like he's done so much in the indies in the time that he's been gone that he's kind of done it all. So, homie, it's time to come back to the WWE. To quote CM Punk, come home. I'll keep this one short and brief. Let Asuka win at WrestleMania. How has she not won a WrestleMania match? She is 0-4 for God's sake. Just let her win something, anything, any match. Just have her win. And last but not least, in 2024, I would love to see Sheamus become a Grand Slam champion because he deserves it. It's the last thing on his resume that he really needs to accomplish. Have him win the Intercontinental Championship. This is who I have ultimately beating Gunther. I think it's a cool full circle storyline, and let's just do it in 2024 so that we can open up Gunther for bigger, better things like the World Heavyweight Championship, while at the same time properly giving Sheamus his flowers for the amazing work that he's been putting in this division over the last year and a half. All right, so those are my wishes for 2024, but now is your opportunity to sound off in the comments with what your wishes for 2024 are, and heck, I might make a video going over what your wishes are, so make sure you sound off. What are your wishes for 2024? That's it. I'm done. Get out of here.